Herriman High School for this edition of High School Rewind, available on Xfinity on demand, as the Herriman Mustangs prepare to host the Pleasant Grove Vikings here in a Region 4 contest. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Dane Stewart here to bring you tonight's game, and we've got a game that is really important for both these two teams, both coming in here, coming off of losses. Let's start first with the Pleasant Grove Vikings, 13-3 overall and 3-2 in region play. Pretty incredible to think that 2 of their 3 losses have come inside this very deep Region 4, but that is the case here for Pleasant Grove. This is a team that is top 5 in many 5A polls around the state, and they are led by a really great player in Riley Court. This is a kid that was so influential on this team's run to the state championship last year before losing to Lone Peak in that championship game, and he has been even better for him this year. The Swiss Army knife, if you will, for the Pleasant Grove Vikings, as this is a kid that leads the team in points, rebounds, and assists. Also pretty good defensively is Riley Court for the Vikings. He's got some nice help, a number of players who can step up on any given night, but a couple that we'll talk about here tonight includes Tyler Bott as well as Brody Childs. Both of these two averaging 8 and 7 points respectively coming in here to tonight's contest, and over 4 rebounds per game for the pair. This is a team that, again, has a lot of balance, very good last year, and they're looking to kind of get back. They're in second place right now in region play, looking to kind of contest for a region championship still here this season. They're going to have to play good tonight because they're going against a Herriman squad that a little tough to figure out. This is a 9-6 Herriman team coming in here tonight, 2-3 in region play. They have really kind of had a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde season. We'll get into that in just a little bit. They made the playoffs last year, and they had one of the players that you may not have heard of, but he was fantastic, that being David Maynard. He was a top 10 scorer last year, and so far this year, he's a top 5 scorer in the state, averaging nearly 25 points per game. He also leads them in rebounding with 5 boards per game, and he's really good defensively, nearly 3 steals per contest. That is also top 5 in 5A. He also has a very good supporting cast, including guys like Tyus Jefferson, the guard, averaging 13 points per game, as well as Jaden Vaughn. This is another kid that averaging nearly 7 points per game, and this backcourt for the Mustangs can be really, really good. And then you factor in a kid like Jake Sutton, the big 6'8 junior, and this is a team that seems to have all the pieces. One of the reasons why earlier this season they defeated American Fork by 20 points, only to turn around and lose their next contest to the previously winless in region play Lehigh Pioneers by 10. As we said, a team that is a little tough to figure out. Some nights they play with the best, and some nights they play with the not so best. They're going to have to play with the best here tonight if they expect to upend this very good Pleasant Grove team. Can the Vikings right the ship coming off that tough loss to the Lone Peak Knights, or will the Mustangs be able to overcome the sting of that bad loss to the Lehigh Pioneers? We're about to find out, as now we send you to the center circle for tonight's opening tip. Ready to tip here from Herriman High School. The Mustangs, the home squad, in their whites. Meanwhile, the Vikings in the black and blue, as this tip controlled by Herriman's Tyus Jefferson as he calls out the play for the offense. We talked about Jefferson in our open, 5'10 senior guard, second on the team in scoring, and a good one. Maynard, as we get a call here away from the ball, an illegal screen set on the play as the foul called on Daniel Deal. Childs picked up the foul. His first of the ball game. Is now near side, back up top with Jefferson as they swing it around. And now trying to find a hole in that zone as that pass too tall into the backcourt and turned over to Pleasant Grove. First offensive possession for the night, and Braden Wellman running the point for the Vikings on the far side of the floor. Calling out the play for his squad, being guarded by Jefferson, is now on that far side. It is Deal with it. Now it's Court. Talked about him in the open. Looking to drive. Good defense put on that time by Wilkins. Now in the paint. Boy, a tough reverse lay-in. Doesn't go that time for Deal, and it's Sutton with the board and back up quickly. Maynard to fire the 3. That one's good. And no, they're going to call it a 2. Neither official had a sight on the placement of the feet by Maynard, but the first points of the ball game to the senior guard for the Herriman Mustangs, and it's 2-0. Again, Wellman with it, giving it off the screen, no good. The shot by Court, and then a foul on the board, and this is going to be called on Tyler Bott, his first foul of the contest. 2-0 still our score here, as checking in for the Vikings, Hayden Wall, the senior guard. Number 24, that's him playing defense on Maynard as this ball worked around the perimeter over into the hands of Jefferson. Trying to work the screen set by Sutton, not much there for the home squad. Is now Vaughn with it. Again, you see Pleasant Grove. Man defense here is backing it out was Jefferson. Maynard cut across the key, couldn't get him the ball, and now he'll come out and gather it near half court. 2 minutes into this ball game, 2-0 the score for the Mustangs still. 2 team fouls on the Vikings, none on Herriman. Great find, and Sutton has that one knocked away, and it's out off of Herriman. Great defense in the post that time by Hayden Wall, forcing the turnover. Boy, it was a great drive and dish to Sutton. Just had it knocked out and out off of his thigh. Is now Tyler Bott working the post. Looked to pass out of it, and now saved, but to the wrong squad. No, they're going to say that could not keep it in play as Devin Wilkins hit the floor trying to do so. Pleasant Grove still looking for their first points of the contest. Wellman tried to get it to court over the middle. That one broken up and turned over. Now driving quickly down is Jefferson, and we have a foul on the play as Tyus Jefferson able to drive to the hoop, get contact, and will head to the line to shoot two as this foul called on Braden Wellman. Jefferson missed his first free throw as it was the first foul on Wellman. Checking into the game for Pleasant Grove is Quinn Daly, as Jefferson misses them both on the trip to the line. Now Court for two. That's only a two, and we are tied up. A couple of long field goals by the two premier players on these two teams, Maynard and now Court, as we're tied up at 2 apiece. Jaden Vaughn with it, coming out to guard him is Deal, calling out the play. Good defense away from the ball that time by Court. Denied the pass, and then Maynard turned that one over. Here's Court with it, leading the break outside. Nice pass, trying to get it back to Bott. He dives to the court to try to save possession, and now an aggregate of humanity on the floor as we have a dual possession situation, and it will stay here with Pleasant Grove. Boy, on the inbound, thought they may have had Deal. Instead, it goes up top for a Court jumper that doesn't fall, and rebounded by Herriman as Maynard has that one knocked away. Still recovered by Jake Sutton of the Mustangs. Nearing the midway point here in this opening quarter. Still just 2 apiece. Jefferson in the corner, looking for Maynard on the post. But a really nice job defensively by Hayden Wall. He's had a couple nice defensive plays already in this ball game. Sutton up top. Certainly not his strength to shoot the long balls. He will give this up to Vaughn to reset things. Far side, good active student section here by the Vikings. Not many, but certainly had a play in the missed free throws earlier as that rebound batted out by Maynard, but right into the hands of Riley Court, who brings it back down the floor for Pleasant Grove. Court now being guarded by Wilkins. Drove, now kicked out as they will go to Bott in the post. Has to work on Sutton, and we have a foul called here. Going to be called on Jake Sutton for the arm bar, and it will be Pleasant Grove ball out. Stockton Enger is checked in for Herriman, as has Brody Childs for the Vikings. As this ball turned over, now running the break is Vaughn. Contact, count the bucket! Wow, some long continuation there is the bucket. Good by Jaden Vaughn, and he will head to the line to shoot. Foul called on Daly, his first, 14th foul already on Pleasant Grove. As Vaughn at the line converts, and it is 5-2. Meanwhile, checking into the game is Jordan Glauser for the Mustangs. As that shot by Court, no good. Rebounded by Bott, goes back up, can't get it to fall, and that ball eventually tapped and kept in, that time by Glauser, who got it over to Vaughn, and now Tyus Jefferson with the drive, drawing the foul. Is this call going to be called on Hayden Wall? He thought he had all ball that time. As back to the line will go Jefferson to shoot two. Matt McCarty has come on for Pleasant Grove. Jefferson made his first free throw. His second attempt here up and good as well, and it's 7-2. 5 team fouls on the Vikings. 3 minutes left here in the opening frame. ball swung around the perimeter, ends up in the hands of, the hands of Wall, and then that bucket up and good for Pleasant Grove, and that will stop a 5-0 scoring streak by the Mustangs. Jefferson screens on both sides. Now Maynard with it. Hit that opening jumper, and since then they haven't really been able to get him many looks. Been good defense put on by the Vikings here in the first quarter. Screen set there by Glauser. Jefferson with the stop and then turned it over. On the break, it's Riley Court going to lay it in, and he does. The senior pulls the Vikings back to within one off the turnover. Court, a future Wildcat up at Weber State. Coach Randy Ray excited to get him as Maynard. Shot no good, rebound and put back that time by Stockton Enger for his first points of the ball game. Enger with the defense on Court. Passes that over the Wall. Now he picked up his dribble and will find help in the teammate of Childs, as now resetting will be Riley Court. Nearing a minute and a half left here in the opening quarter. This Court has to pass out of that corner. Good defense put on by Enger. Again, the drive. That ball swatted away by Glauser. He's done a really nice job coming on in off the bench. Provided a nice spark already as he creates the turnover there. Now Maynard has that ball stripped away, and it's Court again who gets fouled by Enger to stop what would have been a surefire breakaway for Pleasant Grove. Substitutions for both teams here, as we are approaching 1 minute left. Still 9-6. The Mustang advantage. Double team. That time on Leadham as he's able to get this away. Shot no good. Court's putback is blocked, and Tyus Jefferson comes out with it. Up the floor quickly, and that lay-in won't go. I think he caught himself too far underneath the basket that time, as it was Penny Mobley. And now we've got a turnover here by Pleasant Grove again. Jefferson with it, wanted to go to Enger. That pass a little delayed as the screen was a little too tall. Seemed to be a bit in the way of the passing lane as Enger with it again here, dribbling near side. Being guarded by Keegan Kuhn. Now Jefferson back with it, 23 seconds remaining. Trying to post up was Glauser, couldn't get him the ball as they keep it on the perimeter. And now Herriman for surely looking to hold for the last shot as the clock now down to 10 seconds. Jefferson, far side, now gets it back. 3 seconds remaining. Nice pump fake. Tyus Jefferson for the three. Shot no good. Rebound by Glauser, and that just comes off the rim. And with that, the horn sounds. Our opening quarter has expired. It's 9-6. Herriman out in front over Pleasant Grove. Herriman starts this second quarter with possession and a 3-point lead. As Glauser's pass telegraphed, able to be saved, and now a fast break opportunity for Pleasant Grove. Kicked outside, pump fake put on by Deal. Able to find Bott inside, and that lay-in will go for Tyler Bott. Nice ball movement that time. Able to get down the floor quickly were the Vikings. Find some open space, and next thing you know, Tyler Bott has the easy two-footer off the glass. Jumper that time from 17, no good. Rebound by Wilkins, and now a foul called again here on Pleasant Grove, their sixth. Foul was called on Kuhn, his first. That was the sixth team foul. I should have elaborated there, as Maynard and Sutton both check back in for Herriman. In the corner, three-pointer on the way, no good. Boy, that one looked like it was gonna go down for Devin Wilkins. Rebounded by Pleasant Grove, back the other way, and another pump fake put on from the perimeter by Deal. As now Bott trying to work the post against Sutton. Can't get it to go as Maynard brings that down with one hand. Up the floor quickly to Enger. Nice move as that one left short, and a rebound for Bott, and a foul called here on Enger, his second. Boy, frustrating play that time for Angers. Was down there, had the chance, had the shot on the break opportunity, couldn't get it to fall, and then picked up the foul after the miss. Cross-court pass, three-pointer for Pleasant Grove. Finds net. Does Braxton Leatham. And it's the first lead of the ball game for Pleasant Grove, 11-9. It's 5 quick points put on here by the Vikings. Another corner three to answer, and it's Devin Wilkins for Herriman. And now we're going to just be bombs away. Back-to-back threes for Pleasant Grove as Deal gets in on the fun. 14-12. Advantage to the visitors. Vaughn with it again after the quick pass back from Wilkins. Now it's Maynard. Boy, good D put on that time. Not much of a lane for him there. As closing it down was Daniel Deal. Maynard again with it, able to find Sutton. Looking the post, and that ball stripped away. Excellent job by Leatham coming in there and pulling it right out of the arms of Jake Sutton. As now the pull-up from about 12, no good for Court. Rebounded by Bott. No, actually, I think Herriman had it. They did, but stepping out of bounds that time was Vaughn, and it will be Pleasant Grove with it under their own basket. Daly checks in for Herriman. This ball lofted into Bott, and that ball stolen away by Maynard. 2-on-1 situation for Herriman, and the senior will lay it in. Tie ball game, 14 apiece. We mentioned Maynard, top 5 in 5A in steals per game, averaging nearly 3 per, and that one able to take it and pay off as Court goes strong to the hoop. Now the offense starting to pick up for both teams. 16-14, 5 minutes left here. Pleasant Grove out in front. Riley Court is starting to find the bottom of the net. As has a few of his teammates. Had a couple threes that really helped things. Straight away three-pointer on the way. That shot too hard. Long or tall rebound. Now being chased down. Maynard able to hit it back in and out off of Daly, and it will stay here with Herriman. Heady play that time by Maynard. Maynard throws in to Vaughn, who will dribble it out to the top of the key. Again, man defense here by Pleasant Grove. They've been in that for much of the contest thus far, as Maynard will pick it up. Wow, just great job defensively by Deal, not giving Maynard much of a driving lane at all. As Jefferson over to Vaughn. Riley Court guarding him. Kicked out to Jefferson. Nice screen after the pass that time by Vaughn to give Jefferson a little bit of space, though it was closed down quickly by this very active Pleasant Grove defense. And now we've got a timeout taken by Herriman. It will be a 30-second. After the timeout, it will be Wilkins to inbound, and Vaughn running the play. Maynard comes up to set the screen. Switch that time over to Jefferson in the corner. So now they look to swing it. No, they'll reverse it. Maynard with the screen. They give it to him. Court right there to limit any shot as Pleasant Grove in a zone here. Three-pointer for Jaden Vaughn. Front of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Wilkins, and possession stays here. No shot by Maynard, no good. Three-pointer rebounded by Riley Court, and back up the floor quickly with Bott, and that ball stripped away by Jefferson. Still Pleasant Grove balls, an open three, no good. Jefferson with the board, and now Maynard looking to push the action here for Herriman. Again, Pleasant Grove still in that zone defense here. Over to Wilkins. A good ball movement to find Sutton that time. On the zone, had to pass it back out. Wilkins again has Sutton in a little bit of space if he wanted to go there. Instead, he elected to come out with it. Top of the key, Jefferson thought about penetrating, didn't. Now Sutton again, kicked out, open three for Tyus Jefferson. Money! Three-pointer for Jefferson, and it's 17-16. Mustangs, 2:30 remaining here in the second quarter. Good ball movement that time, and a heady play by Sutton. They got him that ball in that space along the baseline a couple times. As this ball turned over, and it's the active hands of Jefferson able to intercept the pass. It was put on by Wellman, and now another quick possession kicked up top to Jefferson. If that pass was a little more on key, he may have back-to-back threes. As it is, he will wisely call out a play here for the offense. Again, trying to move that zone around a little bit. Sutton from 15. That shot's good. You mentioned Sutton, his height gives an opportunity down low on the blocks, a little bit of a presence, a rebounding presence, but not afraid to shoot the ball. As Court here dribbles in, tries to go glass, can't get it to fall, and then we've got a foul on the rebound here, going to be called on Pleasant Grove, as it was Jaden Vaughn able to bring it down. First free throw good from Vaughn, second good as well, and it's 21-16. Lead back to 5 for the Mustangs, who trailed for just a bit here in the second quarter, and now have got that lead and pushed it back up. 1:39 remaining here in the first half. Drive by Leatham, kicked out, and then a travel. Knew it immediately as Brody Child shuffled his feet before he was able to get the ball down on the ground for the dribble. Herriman student section cheering on their team. Now Pleasant Grove back to that man defense. This was certainly better for them in that first half as Jefferson looks to drive, pass was the way of Glauser. Couldn't bring it in. Now up the floor quickly with Pleasant Grove. Pump fake, goes back up. That shot looked to be blocked by Glauser. Instead, a foul called on the senior. And to the line to shoot two will be Brody Childs. Second free throw here for Childs. That one rimmed out. 1 of 2 at the line for Brody Childs, and it's 21-17. Boy, dangerous pass that time. Maynard seemingly able to pick that out of midair as Bott gets the board off of the miss by Maynard. 1 minute left here in the second quarter. Boy, great defense by Vaughn. Active all over Riley Court that time. Court elects to get rid of it. And now it's Jefferson active defensively. Bott double team, passes out of it to Leatham. Boy, open pass, beautiful job and drawing the contact. An athletic shot by Childs. Couldn't get to fall. You see him hit the floor hard, comes up hobbling. He'll head to the line to shoot 2 here. Court 2 of 3 from the line. That one good as well. So now 3 of 4 on the contest from the free throw line, and a 21-19 advantage to Herriman. As that ball, boy, good contest that time by Deal. Still able to be corralled by Mobley to save the possession as we're now down to 20 seconds remaining. Jefferson dribbling near midcourt. Gives it to Vaughn. And now Maynard. Think this is the kid you want with the balls. He will pass it off to Vaughn. Clock now down to 5 seconds left for Vaughn. Inside, Mobley with a turnaround. That shot blocked. Now the three-quarter will not fall. A great defensive play by Brody Childs with just 2 seconds left to prohibit the shot from getting off. And at the break, it's 21-19. The Mustangs out in front of the visiting Vikings.
High School Rewind is excited to have Nudge as our Player of the Game sponsor. Nudge is one of the fastest growing companies in Utah Valley. With over 500 employees, Nudge is one of the largest contributors of volunteer community outreach programs. To learn more about Nudge and their program, visit www.nudge.com.
Viking basketball to start this second half. Trailing here by 2. Able to get it in the hands of Wellman. Note for the remaining portion of the contest, Sutton wearing number 20. Back to number 20 here to get the blood taken care of as we've got a three-pointer here. Hit by Brody Childs, and the lead back to Pleasant Grove, 22-21. Maynard working the blocks, now passes out to Sutton. Boy, that's a long straightaway jumper! And Jake Sutton with the shot from about 19. Excellent job by Sutton that time. Straight away, lead back to Herriman. Court with the drive, shot, no good. Rebound to David Maynard. Up the floor quickly with Jaden Vaughn. Cross pass, lay it up and in for Devin Wilkins. And again, you see Herriman not afraid to get out and run as Mustangs do. Back down the other end, and the foul. Count the bucket as going straight to the hoop was Daniel Deal. And then contact, he'll head to the line to try to tie things up. Excuse me. It is Deal at the line, though he missed the free throw. The foul was called on Wilkins, his first of the ball game. As Vaughn now passes out to Sutton. Vaughn with the drive, closed off well. Help defense from Bott, allows Sutton the path to the lane. And an offensive foul called on Sutton. Boy, interesting. Thought the whistle came from the underneath official, and then, no, it didn't. I just misheard it. I thought he did, but it was the outside official who called the offensive foul. And 2 quick team fouls here already on the Mustangs. And that's how the game started off for Pleasant Grove. Boy, beautiful backdoor cut. And that bucket's good for Riley Court. And Pleasant Grove has come out efficient offensively. A beautiful thread that time right to Court. The lead back to Pleasant Grove, 26-25. Vaughn with a little hesitation, going glass. And Jaden Vaughn, we talked about him in our open. One of the nice supplemental players as that ball nearly stolen. Now Maynard will chase it down as he is fouled from behind, and Deal doesn't like the call. The one you have to call if you're the official there. Game that started off a little slow. The intensity picked up in the second. It's carried through here to the third as Maynard has to back out inside to Sutton, going up strong. Boy, what a great job underneath by Court. Able to get the tie ball on the block, and dual possession will keep it here with Herriman. Anger checks back in for Herriman. As he inbounds it to Vaughn now. Anger back with it in the corner. Up top with Jefferson. Vaughn trying to work that zone side to side. There's a pass across the court, and now Sutton double teamed, had to get rid of it as he was falling out of bounds and turned it over on the way. Wellman over to Deal, lay it up and in. Transition working well here for Pleasant Grove. This contest has been close throughout. And now the lead has changed a couple times. We get a foul away from the ball. Going to be called here on Deal. That will be his second. Anger again to inbound, does so to Vaughn, who will dribble it out. Now Jefferson back to Vaughn. Again, zone defense here for the Vikings. Herriman was able to take advantage of this in the second quarter with some really good passing, quick passing. As now Sutton comes out to help with that perimeter passing game. Vaughn over to Anger. He's going to dial up a three, and it's good. Stockton Anger, a three-pointer, and it's 30-28 now for the Mustangs out in front. Court with it, being guarded by Anger. Bott, double team, looking for somewhere to go. Passes out. Wellman thought about it, then elected not to. So now he will dribble it out, and Pleasant Grove will set things up. Far side with Deal. Now a jumper from the elbow. Good for Brody Childs. He's had a nice day shooting the ball here today as he knots things up at 30 apiece. Maynard using the Sutton screen as Bott comes out. Now cross-court pass, Anger looking to drive, baseline jumper. That one rimmed out on Stockton. Anger thought he had it. It's a good look from about 10. As now Court with the drive, he gets fouled, and Riley Court will head to the line to shoot a pair. Third foul on Anger as he heads to the line. Court missed his first free throw. Second attempt here, good. 31-30. Meanwhile, mass substitutions for Pleasant Grove. Everyone off except for Riley Court, only Viking who stayed on. Vaughn passes back to Maynard. Looking to drive, boy, pull-up jumper, that left short. Rebound chased down that time by Wall, and up the floor it comes with Riley Court, using the Mustangs' own men against him. Little floater, tip back, can't get it to go, something with the board. Now running the floor comes Herriman. Jefferson passes back to Vaughn. Boy, tough driving jumper that time from Vaughn, couldn't get it to go, rebound by Court. Has a man outside, instead spins back inside. What a tough fall away by Riley Court. Boy, had the pass outside for three, elected to turn into traffic, absorb some contact, hit the fadeaway, and it's 33-30. Maynard with it now, being guarded by Wall again. On the switch, as it's McCarty. Vaughn, and we get a timeout taken by Herriman as they trail by 3. Jefferson with it, screen set by Mobley. Now kicks out, three-pointer for Jaden Vaughn, another three. Beautiful play for Herriman, tied up at 33 apiece. The dribble penetration opened up the shot for Vaughn, able to take advantage of it. Boy, nice backdoor cut, finds a man underneath instead of travel. Call on the play and turned over to Herriman. It was a really nice job that time by Pleasant Grove, able to dribble and find the easy bucket underneath, but the travel will negate it. Tied up at 33 apiece, 2 minutes left here in the third. Maynard with the pump fake and the drive, and he is fouled on the floor. Is this foul going to be called on Pleasant Grove's Kuhn? Second foul on Kuhn. Maynard with the three-pointer, no good. He hit the floor, certainly trying to draw contact. He's able to steal, no, the foul. Going to be called here on David Maynard. First foul on David Maynard. That tells you something about the kid. Of course, one of the leading stealsmen in 5A. He played nearly 3 quarters and just picked up his first. This plays good, hard defense. What a play! Oh, can't make the alley-oop. Oh, what a toss that time. The foul will be called on Glouser as McCarty will head to the line as he was just short of the alley-oop. First free throw for Matt McCarty was good. Second attempt, back of the iron, rebound to Jaden Vaughn. 34-33, Pleasant Grove out in front. Vaughn will reset things here for the Mustangs. Clock approaching 1:20 left. Maynard made a move, got open. Vaughn elects to go the other way with Jefferson. In the corner, Wilkins. Boy, really good post defense by Hayden Wall, just denying Sutton any ability to post him up. Not an easy task as Sutton 6'8" and Wall 6'1", as we've got a foul here on the floor. Going to be called on Pleasant Grove. Bott checks back in for Pleasant Grove as McCarty heads to the bench. Foul was on Court, his first foul of the game. This ball inbounded into the backcourt to Jefferson. 1 minute left here in the third quarter. And a 1-point lead for the Pleasant Grove Vikings, trying to hold on to that number 5 ranking that they currently hold. Zone defense now. Some perimeter passing here by Herriman, trying to open it up a little bit. Vaughn passes out, had it at the elbow. Now Jefferson with it near side. Vaughn with a three. Front of the iron, no good, and rebounded. Then thrown behind Court, he couldn't bring it in, and turned over that time by Pleasant Grove. Turnovers really hurt this Viking squad in the first quarter. Another one there to give an extra possession to Herriman. Most likely looking to hold for what would be the last shot of the third quarter. Clock down to 15 seconds left as Tyus Jefferson dribbling near half court. Jefferson to Maynard, coming around the screen for three. David Maynard, a three-pointer. With about a second left, the clock expires. And behind the Maynard three-point make, it's a 36-34 Mustang lead as we head to the fourth. Start of the fourth quarter. Maynard hit a huge three-pointer to give the Mustangs the lead. Court. Fade away with a hand in his face, and Riley Court. That's why he's going to play at the next level. Good defense put on by Devin Wilkins, but Riley Court able to fade away as this pass a little behind Maynard, and a turnover by Herriman. Daniel Deal in the post to Bott. Maynard, who was coming with help deep from behind, looking to poke that ball away. Bott alertly able to get rid of it. Boy, nice cut again away from the ball by Court. Wellman able to find him. Court, wow, just taking over, couldn't get the fall. Bott with the putback. Count the bucket, and the foul as Tyler Bott will head to the line. Foul called on Devin Wilkins, his second foul, 16 foul, as Bott able to convert the three-point lead, the three-point play, and gives a three-point lead now to Pleasant Grove. 39-36. Maynard looking to drive, and he is fouled on the floor by Deal. Inger checks back in as that was the third foul on Deal, fifth team foul on the Vikings. 7:03 remaining here in the contest. Maynard being guarded by Deal, looking to drive, kicked out. Pass a little off for Vaughn. Pleasant Grove thought he double dribbled there. No call from the officials. Far side with Jefferson. Back to Maynard. Vaughn's hit some nice outside jumpers today, so he gives it over to Inger. Jefferson now will dribble it out. Maynard working the post. How about that little ball fake? Front of the iron. Rebound to Childs. Court up the floor. Wellman now will back it out. Set up a play offensively for the Vikings, holding a three-point lead. At the elbow. Childs hands off to Court. Childs kicked out. Thought about the three was Wellman. Instead will dribble it out. And nice job that time by Pleasant Grove. No shot clock, no rush to take a bad shot. Dribble it out and wait for something better. As Vaughn guarding Wellman. Now over to Deal. Hands it off to Riley Court. Boy, what a nice spin move. Opens up a path to the lane. And Riley Court, been like a washing machine, has been in the spin cycle all game long. Another one there, and it gives Pleasant Grove a 5-point lead. And this may be their largest of the ball games. You see Court fired up as another timeout taken here by Herriman. A 7-0 run to start this fourth quarter for the Vikings. As Inger with it here. Herriman trying to stop the bleeding, and a foul away from the ball. Wellman called for his second personal. Sixth team foul on Pleasant Grove, and 16 fouls now on both teams. Is that ball in the corner? Vaughn with it, and a timeout taken by Herriman to save the possession. Vaughn looking inside to Maynard, able to tap it back to Jefferson, and fortunate there is nearly another Mustang turnover. Drive by Jefferson. Finds Sutton. That shot, back of the iron. Rebound to Bott. Boy, a good look that time for Jake Sutton, the junior. Had just a little too much behind it. Childs with it, looking inside, and a foul on the floor to Sutton. As now to the line will be Tyler Bott to shoot 1-1. Gloucester is checked in for Herriman, as that was the third foul on Sutton. He heads to the bench. Bott at the line, able to make them both. And it's 43-36. Herriman getting in a point where they're in some dire need of points. Jefferson. Not much driving lane there as he gave it back to Vaughn. Now Tyus Jefferson with it again. Nice movement to get it to Gloucester. And that will end the 9-0 run. Big bucket by Gloucester. As we approach the midway point here in the fourth quarter, gets it down to 5, and now a big defensive stand needed by Herriman is timeout taken here by Pleasant Grove. 4 minutes left as now some pressure being put on by Herriman. Wellman being guarded by Jefferson. Boy, coming on to try to get that ball back for Herriman was Vaya. Couldn't get there. Actually, that kind of looks like Maynard, number 33. We'll have to check that and see if that's for sure or not. As again, pressure by Jefferson. Now Vaughn guarding Court. And another timeout taken here by Pleasant Grove. Timeout. Yeah, so another jersey change here for Herriman is now David Maynard wearing 33 instead of 23. Not sure the story there, but it's as if all are satisfied as Maynard nearly able to come up with it. Took him a bit by surprise, and it's Deal who's able to walk away with it. Court, cross court, pass that time. And there's Childs from 6 feet. Excellent job, vision put on by Riley. Court able to get it to Childs, and the lead back up to 7 now as Tyus Jefferson with the drive over. Jumper for Gloucester, left it short, rebound to Bach. Court now gonna push it up the floor. Thought about the 3, instead will back out. Being pressured by Vaughn. Vaughn thought he caught an elbow up high, instead he's gonna get called with a foul. Court good on his first attempt. He's awarded a second here, also good, 47-38. What a fourth quarter put on by the Vikings as they trailed by 2 coming in. They now lead by 9. Maynard for 3, shot no good, and it's Court again. The Swiss Army knife up the floor to Bott, and wisely will pass back out. Again, Pleasant Grove happy to just take control of the ball here. Court through the double team, takes contact, and count the bucket for Riley Court. What a ball game, making a strong candidacy for our Nudge Player of the Game to be awarded afterwards as Jefferson with the drive, count the bucket, and the foul on Bott as he was trying to draw the charge. Instead, it will be a block, and Jefferson will have a chance at a 3-point play. Free throw good for Jefferson, and it's 49-41 now. Now a little full court. Pressure put on by Herriman. Able to dribble around it was Wellman. All sorts of space on the baseline. And it's Childs, Brody Childs. Excellent job that time. Recognition by Wellman. Just able to dribble around the pressure and find Childs wide open as Gloucester with the pump fake, and a foul called here. And it will be 1-1 now to the line for Gloucester. It's the third foul on Bott. Gloucester at the line. Made his first attempt. And his second. 51-43, 154 left here in the game. Again, some pressure put on. Deal now, able to drive, dribble right around Maynard. And a quick foul here. Call on Herriman is now to the line. To shoot will be Braden Wellman. Fourth foul on Gloucester. Meanwhile, Wellman at the line, good for both of them. (53-43). Pleasant Grove as Jefferson with the drive. That shot blocked by Court. Mentioned Riley Court, the do-it-all senior for Pleasant Grove, did it there as a pass out by Jefferson to Vaughn for 3. No good, and it's Court able to get the glass and then nearly saved by Jefferson, but his foot was just across the line. 1:23 remaining, and it's Childs up the floor to Court. Had Bott underneath, now will look that way. Bott with the pump fake goes up. 2 more for Tyler Bott. A fantastic game as well for the senior forward. Maynard for 3, no good. Rebound, batted around, and it's Court, but he couldn't keep it in as it touched the boundary. Maynard in the corner. Darger for 3, no good. Rebounded by Deal, and he is fouled. He'll head to the line and shoot 2. Deal missed his first free throw. Second attempt good. It's 56-43. That was the fourth foul on Inger. The 10th team foul. Double bonus the rest of the way for Pleasant Grove. Maynard a long three. He's able to drill. Boy, he hasn't got many good looks tonight. Able to drill that one, but maybe too little, too late. Nice inbound play. It's Court to Childs, back to Court. Gets fouled by Maynard, and Riley Court to the line to shoot two. Court at the line, 2 of 2. Lead back up to 12. Vaughn for 3 now, no good. Ball tipped back up by, well, I want to say it was Maynard, but I don't think it was. I think it was actually Darger who may have got the tip. He or Maynard, one of the two. Is now Maynard trying to steal. Instead gets called for the foul, and Court back to the line for 2 more. Court able to make them both. 60-48 is now nice drive by Jefferson. Count the bucket and the foul as Court was going for the block and gonna get called with contact. Jefferson's free throw left short, rebounded by Deal. Being hounded defensively, and a foul called here on Darger. Deal missed his first free throw and his second as that one rimmed off. Maynard up the floor quickly. Pump fake. Vaughn. Maynard again with a contested 3, no good. Ball to Vaughn, and then rebound by Childs. 5 seconds left as Deal will dribble it up the floor. The Pleasant Grove Vikings respond well, come into Herriman and pull out with a 60-50 victory over the Mustangs. Again, our final score here from Herriman High School, the Pleasant Grove Vikings have defeated Herriman 60-50. And boy, an interesting ball game this was. Both teams seemingly came out a little slow here tonight. It was 9-6 advantage to the home squad after one, but in that second quarter, the pace picked up a little bit. And I think we saw what we expected to see from both of these two teams as Court got things going for Pleasant Grove. And, had some nice, well, actually, it was a really well-balanced effort tonight as Wellman running the point. We saw Childs get involved in the game for Pleasant Grove. Bott had a really nice game down low in the post, but really the turnovers in that first quarter saw a lot of fouls on Pleasant Grove, saw some turnovers that led to some extra Herriman possessions. They cut that out in the second and for the remaining of the game, and that was key as this contest would resume. For the Mustangs, they did what they needed to do in this ballgame for the first 3 quarters. We mentioned they had a 3-point lead after the first. David Maynard really kind of led the way, had a 2-point game at the break. Of course, he had that big 3 with just a second left in the third, and it looked like Herriman was hanging in this ball game and may have been able to pull off what would have been a big upset. But then in the fourth, Pleasant Grove really came alive. You could see them just kind of awaken, for lack of a better word. I'm sitting here trying to think of how to describe it, but you saw the offense get going. They forced some turnovers. They got up and down the floor much quicker, and give a lot of credit to Riley Court. Really led the way in that fourth quarter. It was a 15-2 run put on by the Pleasant Grove Vikings over the first 6 minutes of the fourth. That would take what was a close ball game, really a nail-biter for 3 quarters, into a blowout here late in the fourth. David Maynard, a tough night for him as this Pleasant Grove defense did a great job of really hounding him, not giving him much space. They cut off a lot of his drives. Same thing for Jefferson. Really did not allow much dribble penetration for the Mustangs, led to contested shots and kind of took them out of what they wanted to do offensively. Meanwhile, for Herriman, they now drop to 9-7 overall and 2-4 in region play. Going to be tough to dig out of the bottom of this region to contend at least for a region title. They still have another round to go through for region, so certainly still in play for a playoff seed, but going to have to do much better the second time around than they did the first. Meanwhile, for the Pleasant Grove Vikings, 14-3 and now 4-2 in region play. Again, they came in tonight just a game behind Lone Peak and tied with Riverton and American Fork for second place, and this will certainly do good things for them. Again, as region play continues on, they will next face the Westlake Thunder, and a good opportunity for them to continue to get a little bit more momentum as they start this second round of region play. Again, the number 5 team coming in to tonight's contest, and they defended that well. Time to announce our Nudge Player of the Game, and we are going to give it to none other than Riley Court. We talked about, he was the Swiss Army knife, the do-it-all for the Pleasant Grove Vikings coming in tonight. Certainly led them in scoring all over on the glass, had some nice blocks. Defensively, he was there. Good night at the free throw line, led the transition very well. Riley Court, a spectacular ball game for him. And really, for this Pleasant Grove team, nice to see him step up late to lead his team to a big 60-50 victory over the Herriman Mustangs. We want to thank you for joining us on this edition of High School Rewind. For Bill Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.